Show, Peter G Show, Peter G Show, Peter G Show. Divorced dad, single dad, divorced dad, single dad. Peter G Show.
And poof, in a flash, it was all over. Hey everybody, excited tonight. I don't normally get nervous. It's really weird. I'm really starting to dig this. It's funny how I still do a lot of stuff on my own. I mean, I answer people, I don't have people doing a lot of things for me during the week, and I still answer a lot of people's stuff. And being that last Thursday, February 21st, was my birthday, I was overwhelmed with, and I get that a lot. I get a lot of happy birthdays. I mean, that's what, a lot of people do that. But because of the show, things have gone to another level. And this year, I said, for some reason, I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to answer, because a lot of people took time out of their lives just to take a second and say happy birthday, Peter, and love your show. And that, to me, is worth $1 million, because it's important. This is what I'm doing, and it's no easy task. And I said, and I told my guys, I said, I'm going to answer everybody personally. And I mean, because a couple of years, the past few years, I answer some, personal friends from my personal page, and I try to answer. It's impossible. There was literally thousands from all the different tributaries coming in from different directions, and I said, I'm going to try to answer everybody personally. And it took me 3.5 days of doing nothing but sitting around and answering people. But I know I probably still missed a few people, and I'm sorry. But I tried my best, and I appreciate you more than words can say. Again, there's different pages, and people are watching from different areas, and it's just the way it is. So I just wanted you to know that, birthdays aren't, I'm just glad to be every day, but birthdays aren't as, that big a deal to me. It's all how you live, not how you live from one day. And I truly, truly, truly appreciate you taking the time and effort, because you don't have to. It's like, who the hell am I? But I appreciate that, and that's a big deal to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It was deeply heartwarming to see this. I mean, and it's getting bigger because there's all these people. This is what I want to ask you. I have some people that I know that follow me, and God bless you, because, life is busy. We're all busy, and it's tough. But there's a lot of people that came out of the woodwork that sometimes I see a lot of certain names through the course of the weeks, the months, and everything, and they chime in. But there was a ton of people, which again, I'm going to not be able to do this one day because it's getting overwhelming. But they said, hey, happy birthday, Peter, and love your show. Again, little old me, nothing special. I'm just doing what I do because I love what I'm doing, because I want to do it for you guys. I feel that we're all sharing each other's pain, stories, happiness, whatever, but I'm here to bring it to the public because life's a bitch. And I just want to be that guy that kind of brings it all together. And I hate to, be cheesier than I am, but it's like, can't we all just get along? And I have a child and that I'm madly in love with, that's growing rapidly every day, and we all have children, and it's hard. And this is just my way of somehow, in my own craziness, giving back. And it's by bringing everybody together. And I don't care if you want to bitch about your boss. I don't care if you want to bitch about your landlord, your husband, your wife. I mean, but it's to me, had I not had some people in my life, and I have a lot of them, thank God, but there was a smaller, even tighter niche people, friends that I love very much, that would just let me go. I'd just be, throwing up all over them, and that helps keep your head together. So I thought, hey, why don't we do a show and just let people go? That way we can all keep our heads together, because especially when you have children and you need to keep it together because they depend on you. I dodged a bullet. Mine is like this old. Mine's like Dalai Lama in a child's body. I don't know. But she's just, again, I'm not bragging. But there's something, we all think our children are special, but this one made it easy for me, and I'm very, very thankful for that. And we're still, so far, newly 13, and they're going, wait till she gets to 12 or 13. I get it. But so far, so good. Another thing I want to tell you, there's these watch parties. There's things going on with this whole Facebook, why I'm on Facebook, and I'll get to that in a minute too. Facebook has tons of people. I'm going to start wearing a red hat that says MAFGA. MAFGA. Make Facebook great again. It's never been not great. I was talking to a friend of mine, I don't know, it just came out of the blue. It's like MAFGA. I believe in Facebook. I think all the people that are on Facebook have been to hell and back and lived to tell about it. And that's why I like this. And I decided to use this as a forum. And if you believe what I'm saying, you'll tell me, and I'll keep on going. But I don't know. Weird as it may be, I just decided to do this. Tonight, the Oscars. So here we are, deep in an undisclosed location in Burbank, California. Right down the street, right over the hill, is the Kodak Theater, and the Oscars are going on. Try to get a limo tonight. Not going to happen. But I was going, thank God, like the Oscars ended right before I started. Not that it means anything, because you can still watch this stuff afterwards. But this is a live show. By the way, 818-259-7983. I'm not taking calls yet, but when I do, that's the number I want you to call. I just between the birthday and all that kind of stuff, I got a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about. And that's the thing. It's only an hour show. And people are scared to call, but last week we had, somebody call in from Alabama. Love Alabama, because it's right next to where I grew up, mostly in Florida. Pensacola, Florida. Proud to say it. Again, I'll be doing a lot of shows down there, too, because I want to spend time down there. Right now it's cold, so the hell with it. But, excuse me, it's cold here, too. We had some sunshine today. Thank goodness it was about 70 degrees, 80 degrees. It was nice. But then as the sun went down, everything got cold. Excuse me. Went down the wrong pipe. So on Facebook, that's what I was saying. There's this thing called a watch party now. And I want to, because they've given me a little bit of responsibility. And you can go onto it and it says, the Peter G Show is on live or something like that. And you can do this watch party. I'm still trying to figure it out, because I don't exactly have it together. But you can share this with people, because you don't know who you might be helping. So the bottom line is, if you hit the watch party thing, it goes out to all your people. And plata, because there's only a 5,000 person limit. That's the only problem with a couple of the pages. Each page only has 5,000 people they'll give you. But it may say there's 2 people watching, and I'm telling you, my sponsors, they're sending me snapshots, screenshots of all the people watching because of how they share it. And all I'm asking you guys is, that's the only way we're going to do it with this. I decided, screw the system. We're going to do something different. We are going to bring it back, and I'm going to be here at 8:30 Pacific, 10:30 Central, and 11:30 Eastern Time every Sunday night, doing something, and I invite you all to be there. But if you hit the watch party and share, it gets even better. And they gave me a laptop too, which I don't like, because you guys should be doing this, but whatever. And they sit there and go, yeah. If you hit the watch party, which I can't seem to find it now either. Oh, I see now. Here we go. I think I'm getting closer. But the thing is, you can share it. By the way, speaking of sharing, if it was not for my beloved Bolt Energy sponsors, I would not be sitting here telling you about sharing. This has been quite a trip too, with Bolt Energy. I'm sure you've seen me do and talk about it plenty enough, so I don't have to say a whole lot, other than the fact that, God bless them, thank you for believing in me. And this is like, I'd like to accept this award. I want to thank all the little people for making this possible. Bolt Energy, small, you don't have to drink a ton of it. cleaner energy drink. It's fortified with vitamins and antioxidants and no preservatives. And coming soon, the sugar-free version, okay? So I dig it because they dig me and I dig them. I'm going to crack open a can. I know. They're already going, no, get away from the equipment, that is. It gives you just enough of a kick in the ass to get you going to do stuff that you might, like, say, I don't feel like doing. And I say that a lot. I'm turning into a fat ass. My lifestyle has to change. I'm not a fat ass, but, you know what I mean? It gets harder as you get older because it was my birthday the other day, and my daughter quickly reminded me that I'm old. But I'm good old, okay? So here's to Bolt Energy, Peter G. Show Live, and you guys. Again, I can't thank you enough, and for all of you who took the time to just wish me a happy birthday. I mean, it means a lot. You know, again, every day is a good day, but you took the time, and people, I'm going, where the hell are you guys when I need you? I need you guys to make a presence, to show these streaming network people that there's something out there and we're doing something. But again, cheers, all right? It's tasty too. It's not one of those drinks you drink it and you go, you know, but you'll drink it because you need that little boost. Thank you. You know, again, and for you texters out there, I have screens in front of me, but it's hard to keep up with everybody. Cruz, thank you. Birthday star, thank you. Lily, I'm watching a little bit, right? It's just hard. There's a lot of things going on. It's very hard to keep up with the whole deal. But here's the deal. I want you to hit the watch party, share watch party. And in fact, I got to look at that myself because something's going on here. Share. You hit the share. Let's do all this together. Share watch party. And then it says watch party. So then you just hit it and start a watch party. And here's the only reason. You may not need all this stuff, but we as a whole have gone through many ups and downs, and that smile, girl, love you. I did manage to read that, but there's so many people out there that have things going on, ups and downs in their lives, and that you don't know who you might be helping. So it's like, what the hell do you have to lose? You hit it, you share it. I have a lot of people, and they go, yeah, watch your stuff, and it's like, it's not for you. You are 20-something years old, and you haven't even had a relationship worth fighting for, or this and that. And so it's okay if you don't really dig what I'm doing. I can't do everything for everybody. I've come to terms. I specialize in just trying to bring back the happiness that you rightfully deserve in your life, because life is short. And it's getting shorter, okay? The clock starts ticking. I don't know how that works. We're going to get a physicist in here, and we're going to talk about it. But that's the deal. It just happens. So just for just share it, okay? That's all I ask you, because it's not going to hurt anything, and somebody might really be needing it. But Lord knows I have been in times in my life where I just wanted to drink myself under the table, and it sucked. But I had friends that were cool enough to be around. But even when they're there, they can't be there 24/7. It just doesn't work that way. So, even though you got somebody to lean on, there's a lot of people who have nobody to lean on, and I mean nobody. Or you have family, and they're going, God, if I only had family to talk to, but my family is so sick and tired of talking to me or listening to me, because you don't even hear yourself. And that was another thing we talked about. Last show, Amber Dawn called in, and she's telling me things because she had a couple of drinks in her, and thank goodness for that, because it helped her call in, because she had an issue with her autistic son. And you know what? As much as she kept saying, I don't want to hear what you're telling me, I don't want to hear what you're telling me, she texts me days later, because people are IMing me. This is what Facebook does. And she says, you know what? I watched the show again, and you're right. I don't hear myself. And that happens with a lot of people, okay? It's okay. It's just human nature. It's the way it is. I don't care if I don't have You bastard, you. I want to put a friend on who I've known for many, many years who is the king of bringing things out to light if he feels that way. And I still can't talk him into it yet. But one day I will have Groucho's Bitch of the Week. I swear I will, because he'll come around. But anyway, all right, I see you. I can't read all this. I got 6 screens in front of me, and you guys are more than happy. You type. But, okay, I'm about to open up the phone lines. 818-259-7983. That's what it's really all about. I start losing track, and they start telling me to focus. But there's just so much to talk about, and to fit it all in an hour, one day it's going to be almost impossible. But I dig it. I dig this. it was crazy tonight because I was actually excited tonight. I'm always happy to do this. I wouldn't do it if I didn't have to. I do not have to do this. Okay, Bolt Energy asked me to, say if you're going to do this, we're going to sponsor you, but I don't have to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this for you guys, for me, because I enjoy it, but I want to do it because I just feel that in the long run, somehow or another, as screwed up as I am, I make a lot of sense. And I've come to understand that. I'm like the fire and ice. I'm like the lukewarm water in between. And somehow or another things get to go. It's a funky night tonight. I did not want to go up against the Oscars. It's kind of hard because everybody's into that stuff because it's friggin' Hollywood. And I get it. Excuse me one second. But even still, and I'm back. Oscars, no Oscars. Life keeps moving on, and we keep moving on. So, for the love of God, share with the watch party. You go to the share button on whatever you're watching, and just send it out to your friends, because you just don't know who you might be helping. But at this point, I've also come to realize we've had a lot of meetings about this whole thing about calling in. It's tough to call in. It's tough to get up the guts. Why is my nose itching? Is there anything there? Sorry. But that must mean I'm thinking of somebody. No, that's your ears burning. Calling in takes a lot of guts. I clearly admit it, because you're going to open up and talk about things that maybe are bothering you. But at this point, now's your chance, because nobody's listening anyway. Who cares? It got me. It takes time. It takes a lot of time. But that's okay. I mean, it's just somebody's got to do it, and we're going to keep doing it, speaking of doing it. But give me a second here. Oh, again, if I don't get a phone call, I got elevator music. The elevator music is loaded, and it's ready to go. I'd rather somebody call before I hit the button and sit here and we listen to friggin' elevator music, because deep down inside, the show will run after Facebook is over, and it will play on, and people will watch it after the fact. The whole purpose of this show is it's a live call-in show. For 1 friggin' hour, people. I can't talk to a whole lot of people in an hour. I just need to talk to a couple. And I've had threats already. See, that's what happens. During the week, I start getting all these IMs and texts and all this stuff through Facebook, because that's the ups and downs of Facebook. And it's like, and especially I've had a couple of women, and they're like, "I'm going to call you, and I'm going to set my clock because I don't want to forget," and blah blah blah. And who is Charla? Who is Char? Because again, you left me a note, but you didn't tell me. You didn't tell me why. That's another one that threatened to call in, and another one. Oh, Melanie, another one, and that it could be good. It could be not so good, because this one's scaring me. I don't know if we're running on all cylinders, but I'm willing to find out, and that's the problem. But I don't know what's going on, and if I don't know what's going on, how the hell are we supposed to know what's going on? So I'm going to take a second, because again, they left me this laptop, and I should at least I can do is figure out what the hell we're doing here. But home. 818-259-7983. I'm officially hitting the open the phone line up, but I also have the elevator music, and I'm probably going to start playing it, because to me, if you gave a shit, or maybe I'm hoping you have a glass of wine. Sunday night's perfect. I've really kind of emphasized on that this week. Mary, I've really emphasized on that a lot this week. It's Sunday night. It's like kick back, relax, get a glass of wine, a beer, whatever, makes you happy. We're friggin' all adults here. Loosen up. Put your phone in front of you, your iPad, your laptop, whatever the hell you want to do, and let's talk. Aye. Again, I mean, I can bring on guests. I can do that, but this show is not really about that. I want to do a little segment, especially with, like, again, I said, my friend Groucho that I hope to entice to talk about what he ate last week or what his Facebook bitch of the week is. Believe me, again, this is what I do, so there's plenty to bitch about. But either way, I mean, if you're not going to do it, that's fine. But, okay, so here, let's go. Okay, please stand by. Let's do this, and there I am. I'm learning as we go, people. I swear, it's really crazy, but... Okay, so I'm going to do that again. Anyway, either way, this is what I'm going to do. And if I have to talk for an hour, I will, because one way or another, there's something probably worthy of doing. But I don't know. There's got to be something on your mind. I want to hear what's bugging you. I can tell you a ton of shit that's bugging me. It happens every day. You walk out the door, stuff happens. It just is what it is. I was, again, grateful because I had a birthday. And some nights when we do this show, we just got to figure, I know it's late. I know it's, close to midnight on the East Coast, and I know people go to work, and I get that, but I had to decide when I want to do this thing. It just kind of is what it is. But there's no good time. When's the perfect time? You tell me when the perfect time is. I had to come to terms. And I said, Sunday night, you know what? I want to be a wind-down show. I want to be a show that you've got to go home, start the week, whatever. But I'll stay up that little bit of time before I turn in. And, most of the time people are multitasking anyway. I mean, a lot of times people are watching, like the Oscars. I know if I was watching, which I didn't have time to because we were prepping for this. I actually made it on time. But if I was watching, there's a lot of times I'm watching movies, and you have your phone in your hand, and you're doing, that's just the new norm. It is what it is. But, again, that's totally up to you. 818-259-7983. Okay, I've warned them, but... I think it's time for elevator music. What do you say? No? I'll give you one more time. Smooth operator. Oh yeah. I watched you walk across the room. Couldn't take my eyes off of you. You looked at me, I looked back. We can do this all night. Not all night. I wouldn't do it all night. But, you know what I'm saying. I didn't bring a whole lot to the table tonight because I didn't want to think this out. I had so many people threatening me to call me tonight that I said, okay, we're going to let the cards fall where they may. I thanked my sponsor, Bolt Energy. Can't thank them enough. Talked about my birthday. I don't want to talk about my birthday, but I appreciate it. Again, to me, every day is a great day. It really is. I love waking up. I get kicked in the head a lot. You guys, the perception of this whole thing is really kind of, it's weird. I'll let you know when things are going like absolutely, totally Hollywood, vacation island getaways and flying private and all that kind of stuff. But as for right now, that shit ain't happening. This is old school, bare bones, love you guys. Talk to me. 818-259-7983. And again, if these people that threaten, and that's why I kind of left it up. I go, God, they sound, they're going for it. I go, I'm not even going to worry about it tonight because I just need a couple of phone calls, 10 minutes apiece, a couple of, to see what's going on, or I'll hang up on you if you're absolutely out of your mind, which I'm waiting for those days. I think sharing is caring. But these couple of women that were texting me were dead set. And maybe that's what I get for banking on them. But I thought it'd be an interesting show. But maybe they had a little bit too much Oscar fun. I got a ton of people that are, everybody was watching the Oscars. I didn't even get to catch it. And I would have loved to have seen the Queen portion of it because as much as, I wanted to, I was busy. We have to worry about us. Because why? Because I want to share it with you. Again, I hope you're hitting the watch party button. If this doesn't matter to you, believe me, if you care about your friends and family, you'll share. All this stuff goes up onto YouTube. You can see many episodes of the Peter G. Show. Again, my main focal point is surviving divorce and single parenting because that is what about changed my life forever. I lived through it, though, and I lived to tell about it. And maybe some people have had crazier stories than mine, but I'm just telling you what, mine, and I share it because it was a first for me, and it changed me. But I survived it, and I'm still here, and I'm a better man because of it. I think you haven't truly evolved, and again, there's so many different things that can go wrong in your life that will change you and help you evolve as a human being, but that's a lot of drama. It's a lot of drama, a lot of money, for some, and it'll either just destroy you, or you'll figure out how to pick yourself back up and become a better person, or at least drive right through it. And that's a big deal. And a lot of people aren't that good at it. And that's why I wanted to share, because people need it. Some people have nobody to talk to. And that's why I do those shows. But those shows are one-on-one interviews. There's a lot of little short clips on YouTube, too, of me in the car when I had really specific thoughts on my head that I wanted to discuss certain topics, stuff that's very useful. I'm telling you it's useful because I watched myself over the past 2.5 years, almost 3 years. I think April will be 3 years, and I still remind myself, and I go, damn, Peter, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Again, primitive, MacGyver style, whatever. It works. It helps because some people need the help. But that was that. Then, as if I don't have enough to do, because I'm working on trying to take that to another level, I said, hey, I got a bright idea. And I go, guys, gather around to my few little team. I go, I want to do a little spin-off because I know that's specific. And I don't care if you're friggin' married, divorced, a product of divorce, your kids from a divorce, you're divorcing, and I don't even give a shit why you get divorced. I just want to make sure that you guys keep it together for the fact that you have kids, and actually for the fact in your own head so you don't do something stupid that you'll regret for the rest of your life. And believe me, there's a lot of that. Tons of it. So I decided to do it. I don't care if you're gay, straight. I've met so many people, gay couples or lesbian couples or whatever that have adopted and this and that. But even those relationships don't hold up all the time, okay? It just is what it is. But I care about the children involved because although mine dodged a bullet, I've just witnessed too many screwed up kids due to your stupidity because you're not thinking straight. And I get it. And I'm just not saying it's right, and I'm not saying you're wrong. It just happens. But a lot of people, if you're willing to listen, to try to make it better, then I'm here. That's what I want to do. There's some people you just can't help. Some men you just can't reach. Those are the people who they're a lose-lose. But for the ones that just happen to, they need pointing in the right direction. Hi, my name is Peter. Been there, done that. Still learning, but I'm probably a few steps ahead of you. And let me let you know, or let me tell you what we here and how we've done it. And when I say we, it's we, okay? You and me. And we talk about it, and it just helps you get a grip. Because when I first got divorced, I met people that have been remarried 2-3 times. I'm going, how the hell do you do it? I'm just getting ready to use harsh language. I'm going, how do you do it? It's impossible. I just about survived the first one, but the first one's the killer. The first one is like just knocks you off your ass because you've never been there before. So if you're brave enough, because some people say, I'll never get married again. There's nothing wrong with getting married. You just got to get better at it. It's work, and it's give and take, but love is love, and life, is worth sharing with somebody if you can. I could easily be by myself. I mean, I am by myself, so to speak, but I'm eventually going to nail it. And when I nail it, I want a beautiful woman that is super cool with me. And I will do my best to be super cool with her. And beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Okay? But whatever it is, it'll be. But I'll be better at it or try to be better at it, I hope. At least I'm aware of things. Because, you just can't do... What good is dying alone? I mean, seriously. And so many do. You get old to a certain point, and I have a daughter, but I have very little family. It's not a big, I don't. We're a small thing, but life is short. Share it. You know what I mean? Share somebody to laugh with and all that. But in the meantime, when you've gone through all this crap, you need to learn how to deal with it, and that comes with wisdom, time, and effort. Effort. In the meantime, I'm getting ready to hit the friggin' elevator button again, and elevator music, 818-259-7983. I kind of thought maybe we'd have a quiet night tonight, but I said, not with all these people who've been threatening to call me. But where are they now? So if you got something you want to get off your chest, I don't care if it's like you hate your job, you want to talk about what you're doing, you're having troubles with whatever. It's all about, this show is a spinoff. It's not only about surviving divorce and single parenting. In fact, it's not even about it at all. I just said I'm going to do a show, and it's called Life with Peter G. You can talk about anything. Just, even if you're so lucky enough to be bored to death and you don't know what to do and you want to get it off your chest. Some people are lonely. There's a lot of freaking lonely people out there. It blows my mind, because maybe I've just been, again, a little bit luckier than some, but I'm not lonely. I they're all laughing. It's like, screw you guys. I'm not. I mean, I always have something. I'm busy, but sometimes when you go to bed, it's nice to have somebody to say goodnight to. Again, and don't bury yourself again, because like I've seen people, they bury themselves in their children, or they bury themselves, with pets, all that kind of stuff. And that's great, but pets are pets, and it is what it is. Okay, human relationships are human relationships. So please don't tell me that you're okay with that. I mean, and if you are, God bless you. That's good. There's something for everybody. But I don't know. To me, it should be a one-on-one relationship with whoever, gender, whatever you dig. 818-259-7983. Yeah, I don't even give a shit if you call me up, even though my birthday's passed and everybody's burned out on wishing me the happy birthday. You want to call me? Tell me whatever's on your mind, okay? That's all that matters. I think we had a pretty good week with the whole deal, and we reflected on everything, and I've thanked everybody to the best of my ability, but I can't. I'm sure I skipped some people, and that's why I'm making a formal. And I wrote, actually today I posted, to the best I could, to thank you all for the wonderful, wonderful, wishes that you all brought me. And I know there's a lot out there, and I probably skipped a couple, but I hope that I am bringing something to you. And that's all I got to say. And if you don't want to call in, I totally understand. I'll just sit here and and play elevator music, you know, I mean, because I know it's late and I know everybody's burned out. They're all watching their Oscar parties, but 818-259-7983, you're going to really challenge me on this one. See, and this is what I get for relaxing. I relaxed this week. I said, I got so many personal messages from other people this week telling me on how much they wanted to call me that I said, I'm not even going to worry about today's show. I go, they're getting ready to call. But I can easily tell that everybody is sleeping, and I'm getting ready to do some elevator music. Who we got going on here? Let me read for a second. Please stand by. I don't even know how that works. Now let's start figuring it out. But holy moly, I'm figuring it out. Again, I have a couple of screens and all that. I'm going to try and read now because actually the screen is slowing down, which is kind of cool. So, oh, look. Hi, Amber. I hope last week was good for you. I know you told me it kind of was, but was I right or was I wrong? Is not, you know, the thing was we talked about stuff, and while we're talking about it, it kind of goes in one ear and out the other. But after you listen to yourself or listened to the conversation, I hope that it was something that brought you a little bit of wisdom or helped you rationalize the truth and help you go on with what, you know, because you got your you know, you have your own issues, and that was that. But either way, all good. I can't read. Let me say, hang a second. Yeah, you're right. Well, I'm not doing it to be right, but I did it. You know what I mean? We're doing it for us. So God bless you, and I thank you for having the courage to come on. I wish all these other. I had honestly, I had a half a dozen people telling me how they were going to call me tonight, and then let me tell you, it sounded like some screwed up situation. So I thought it was going to be a pretty knockdown, drag out, interesting show. But I guess they fell asleep or completely forgot about little old Peter. So it is what it is. But I will carry on somehow. I am. I'm a professional. I'll rise above it. And but first, a drink from my. I know I talk about Bolt Energy a lot because, again, I'm very thankful for them. But ask for it in stores. These people are growing weekly, and that's how it all starts, like wildfire. So just ask for it in stores because it's good stuff. I would not talk about it. I told you. Anybody who knows me, and there's I know we're out to a lot of people, but there's a great bit of people that supported me from the beginning because they were true friends of mine. Anybody who knows me, it's like it's not about money. It's not about anything like that. If I don't like something, I'm not a good faker. It's hard to smile. I will not talk about shit that I don't want to talk about. And when Bolt Energy came to me, I said, let me check it out. Let's talk. And, in fact, he was a single father, and we talked about a lot of things. And his daughter's even got the same birthday as my daughter, although she's a couple of years younger. But I saw the genuine, inspiration in his goal and his dream to bring a better energy drink, a cleaner energy drink. And I said, okay, you know what? If you want to back me up, I'll back you up. And so that's what we did. So Bolt Energy. Ask for it in stores. It's coming. They're spreading, and it's just not easy. But if you keep asking for it, it will get there. We started off with L.A. I think it's L.A., Vegas, and the Gulf Coast because, ironically, he's got some connections where I grew up in Pensacola, Florida, and he's got some big talks with beverage distributors over there. And, again, Bolt Energy, no preservatives. Yeah. Pensacola in the house. That'd be me. The spring is coming. I'm getting ready to start bouncing back and forth over there. That's for sure. But first, a sip of my sponsor's drink. Woo! I like it. Slightly carbonated. Can't tell you what it tastes like because it's like trying to tell you what the taste of salt is. It's just good. I like it. And I'm very thankful. But I think I'm going to have to put elevator music on. I want somebody to call 818-259-7983. Tell me what's bugging you. Something has to be. We don't have perfect lives. I don't even want to go into what bugs me because you can see that all on YouTube. I've got 2.5 years worth of shit that was bugging me. I've told you 10 years of my life of going through hell, and every day you walk out the door, there's things that bother you, but the bottom line is I'm going to be here every Sunday night at 8:30 Pacific, 10:30 Central, 11:30 Eastern Time for my East Coast Florida friends, and I'm going to talk to you. You guys are going to call in. Tonight's kind of kooky, but it doesn't matter. Last week was pretty fun. We had fun last week. I can't expect this. We just started. This is show number... What show is this? Number 8. Show number 8. That's not a lot. You know what I mean? To get people used to, it's like a TV channel. It's like, hey, just tune in on Facebook while you're laying in bed, get a glass of wine and or beer or something or not, and just kick back for 1 hour and let's share life. Life is good, and I'm very proud of life. I mean, as much as it's a bitch a lot of times, I'm okay with that. You kind of get what you get. It could be a lot worse. So just be thankful that you're around to figure it out. But it is what it is. All right? But anyway, 818-259. I have elevator music, and I'm not afraid to use it. Okay? And again, the watch party button. You hit your watch party button, it spreads out to all those people that you may not think even give a shit, but there's somebody in there. And if you help one person that needs somebody to talk to or do something, believe me when I tell you, it's worth it, okay? Hey, Pete, I'm starting to read these things now because they gave me another little screen down here. It's hard. There's bigger screens. But, okay, quiet night. It's okay. Happy birthday, sir. Thank you. From Lily. Janet Smith. Hey, hi, Janet. I know Janet. Amber. Hey, Pete. 818-259-7983. And, again, it's after the Oscar parties, right over the hill at the Kodak Theater in Hollywood. But quiet night. I get it. We stayed up. We did what we did. But I'll be here every friggin' Sunday night. I swear on my mother. And I'm going to keep doing this because everything is growing and it's just getting better and better. But every night can't be a fiasco. I'm a little upset with see, this is the problem with people, not delivering. There's so many people in this world that just tell you what they're going to do and they don't do it. So how do you believe in those people? Okay? I am no friggin' genius. I am not anything out of the ordinary. But I'll tell you one fucking thing. Oop, I'm starting to use harsh language. I'll tell you one thing. If I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. That's me. Good or bad. I don't care if you like me. I don't care if you don't like me. If you love me, great. Okay? Because I have nothing to hide. I'm an open book. And when I decided to take this on, you either open up. You have no choice. Otherwise, somebody's going to call bullshit. You know what I mean? I've been doing this for a long time in one way, shape, form, or fashion, whether it was from the music side or whatever. Entertainment is entertainment, but I wanted to bring something because a lot of people got shit on their chest they need to get off of, and you've talked to your friends for so long and they're going, oh, fuck, the last thing I want to do is talk to, so-and-so, he's just bumming me out. Call me. Well, you know what I mean? Let a fresh set of ears, like the rest of the world, hear maybe you got something worthy of telling that just might help somebody else. I don't care what it is. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. This show is about bitching about whatever you want to talk about. I don't care if it's about you're broke, you don't have a job, you don't know what to do, or you just, your shoestring broke, or you're just a pansy-ass little bitch that thinks that they got a problem. We'll find out. But all you got to do is call 818-259-7983. And also during the week, you can leave messages on that line. If you got show suggestions, again, I got some people saying, hey, Peter, how about, my guys, or like maybe we should start doing specific topics. It's like, oh, yeah, sure. We'll do specific topics when people decide to start opening up and getting the balls enough to call in and talk about it. But if that's not going to happen, I will do specific things and I will talk about certain things because, believe me, there are tons of stuff to talk about. I can easily go into certain things to bitch about it, but I want to hear it from you, not me. But tonight, obviously, you're making it to where it's got to be me, and I'll do it. I'll do it. It's all good, and let me go, because you know why? Because I have elevator music. Oh yeah. You know what? Reminded me. I have a friend of mine, and we talked about something. Our birthdays are on the same date, February 21st. We're the same age. We grew up in bands together. He was a recording engineer, but he was also a drummer, and he was and we played in several different bands. I mean, I played on Pensacola Beach with him when I was 17 years old, but now as we're older, he lives in another part of the country. I live in L.A. We don't talk very much. We're just busy. Life is busy. And I called him because that's the one time we really try to make the effort. And I called him, and I managed to catch him. We talked. And it's funny because just catching up as you get older, here we go. And I went down the list. I go, oh, by the way, did you hear that so-and-so passed away? Did you hear that, mutual friends of ours? And I must have named 5 people through this year alone. That was just off the top of my head, and I probably missed a few. Sad. And he said to me, he laughed a little bit. He goes, "You sound like my fucking grandmother." But I wanted to share that because, I mean, it sucks, because these were people that we were close to, I lost several friends in my music community, my personal community, my family, all that kind of stuff. And it meant a lot to me, and I just wanted to share it. But, again, you have to take it with a grain of salt. We're all born to die, so to speak, and that kind of sucks. But let's just get all crapped out. Oh, man. But I did manage to talk to him, and it was good. It was good because we just can't. Sometimes it's so hard to believe how fast the time flies. And we were all these young son of a bitches that were just running around and hustling and just working it, having fun, and making a living. And even if you didn't make that much, you got by, and it was all good. But as you get older as an adult, my daughter quickly was to remind me that I'm old, and she would not. I wanted her to do. I was picking her up from school, to school, because she's at my ex's, our house around the corner. And I said, "Hey, when you get in the car, I want to do a live Facebook video." And I said, "Well," and she's like, "No." And my daughter she just doesn't want to be that person, and I got to respect that because again, she's an old soul, and I wish she was she is kind of like me. She's got a good sense of humor. If you think my sense of humor is any good, but she doesn't want to be on camera. She does not give a shit about this. She's a very private kind of person in her own way. And it sucked because people want to see that. And back years ago when we first decided to do it was called the Jim and Peter Show. The whole idea was, to get our kids involved and show how we do this and how we survive that and this and that. And she didn't want to do it. And we're talking about when she was in, first grade, second grade, third grade. She didn't want to do it. She says, it's not me. And what am I supposed to do? I respect that. She's her own individual. One thing I've learned from growing up, my parents, may have been old school, but they let me do my thing even when they didn't agree. They would have rather, I guess, in the old days, you should be a doctor or a lawyer or this and that. But, I wanted to be a musician, but they always had my back. And I love them forever because even though we butt heads, and I still butt, I have a 92-and-a-half-year-old father still, thank God. And, even to this day, but the roles have reversed. I'm yelling at him, and he don't want to hear me. He just friggin' hangs up the phone on me. But I love him. That's why I get upset because, when you love somebody, you tend to get in pretty heavy. And that's why parents do what they do. But she don't want to be in it. I need her. The minute I post a picture of my daughter with me, boom, everybody's chiming in, And I need that because I'm not doing this just to hear myself. I'm seriously not. It's just I'm getting people to understand that we all can relate. But again, it's it's not a perfect world, and that's the way it is. But so I had to respect that, and she wouldn't let me do it, but I did post a couple of pictures because she did, we took a picture, and I said, you got to at least let me friggin', it's my birthday, for God's sake. And 2 years ago, she did sit next to me during a birthday little thing that I threw, and so I reposted that because I forgot I even had it, and I'm very thankful for that. So it is what it is. 818-259-7983. Tonight is a record breaker. I know it's only show number 8, but you're friggin' killing me, people. Nobody has rang that phone. I'm getting ready to turn that. How do you turn you can just turn the shit off. If it rings, you answer it. But that's okay. You know what I mean? Patience is a virtue. I don't expect. I didn't, when I do the other shows, there are one-on-one interviews with people in person, and they're multi-camera, and then we sit and we edit them, and they make it into a 45 to 50-minute show meant for television. But this was a simple form of, here we are, give me a call. I don't have any idea. They don't phone screen. They don't do anything like that. Whatever happens, happens. And I was willing to do that. I thought it'd be great for the, just for the whatever the hell happened. You know what I mean? It's like, surprise, I can handle it. Good or bad. Even if you wanted to call me and tell me how much I suck, I can. It's like, take a number. I get up every day. I wear a titanium cup and have skin that's pretty thick. Welcome to the entertainment industry. But I'm okay with that because I can't please everybody. I don't intend to. It's just life. But this show, again, specifically designed for you to call in. It's like I want to just sit and kind of referee. In time, I'm going to have multiple phones. I may have a guest on the phone, psychiatrist, or I got a couple other people that have websites and podcasts. I got this one guy. He's got a podcast called F Divorce. And I just talked to him the other day briefly because I want to bring him on. I said, but I'm not going to bring you on until this thing gets going a little bit better. Otherwise, it'd be a waste. But when you hear something, you see something that says F Divorce, you're going, wow. Probably a badass. But he sounds like this sweet, gentle guy. It's just kind of weird. I'm crazier sounding than he is. He just talks real calm and simple. Maybe I'm wrong, but I wanted to find out. And we'll do that as we go down the road. We were fortunate enough on Valentine's Day week. We talked to Cupid. Every once in a while I'll bring in somebody, Cupid let me know what's going on with the whole Valentine's thing, and I think Cupid smokes too much, but either way, he admitted, he randomly pulls that shit and hits people with arrows, and he's not at fault at what happens after that, which I think is kind of crazy, but it is what it is. Excuse me. But as the clock winds down, you guys are going to prove me. This is, even the first show I did, somebody called in to say something. I know that like one screen it says that there's one person watching. The other screen says there's 487, or is it whatever. It's weird. Because I have multiple pages, and with the watch party stuff, I can't even see what your pages are doing. But that's the way it goes, and we're cool with that. But every Sunday night, like clockwork, 8:30 Pacific, 10:30 Central, and 11:30 Pacific time, I'm going to be on here, and you guys, it's your show. It's not me. I'm just here to bring everybody together, and it will. Tonight, you're blowing my mind. Maybe just too much fun. Honestly, I get it. I can't, how do we put it? I can't compete against the I didn't want to compete against the Oscars. Luckily, it ended on the Pacific Coast like 12 minutes before I was about to start, because I had them watching the TV, and I go, is this thing going to be over by the time we start? And I thought, okay, then people switch, and even while you're watching, you could have a phone in your hand, and you're just blah, blah, blah. But tough night, but that's okay. I'll lick my wounds. To me, I feel like I've failed you, because I'm here for you, but the bottom line is I had all those women, especially women. The demographics are crazy. It's about a 50-50 even split on who's paying attention so far. But, oh, Lord have mercy. Hang on one second. There is a God, okay? So please stand by. Oh, shit. And I just hung up on him. Whoever just called, I just stumbled and hung up on you. So I apologize. Call again. I don't want to call you back. I don't know who it is. That's what I get for not being able to answer the phone. Holy crap. Just give me one more call. Give me one more try. Please, give me one more chance. I have 5 more minutes left. Give me one more call back. And, again, Butterfingers. Oops. And that's why you guys should be doing this, but no, you let Peter try and do it. I just lost my whole train of thought. And I'm not, I can't, I don't have the ability to see who's calling. So if you did just call me, I apologize. I just stumbled and hit the wrong button and hung up on you. So if you would like to call me back, please do. And otherwise, I apologize. Figures. This is the kind of luck. I get one call, and I screw that up too. So it's totally my fault. My bad. I apologize. And you probably won't call because you probably can't figure out why you called in the first place. But as we wind down the show, every Sunday night, like clockwork, I will be here. Again, I want to thank my sponsor, Bolt Energy, for bringing me to the table. And it was, look at this. See, it's so friggin' slow I can actually even read what's going on, which is really, really, hang on here. It was me. Sorry, Nick. You know, it's just like one of those nights. I'm gonna start drinking because the phones don't tell me who's calling. It just kind of pops up, and I got Butterfingers, but I suck. I got too comfortable. And I slipped, and these touch screens and all this kind of crap. Well, that was great. What were you going to tell me? or maybe I shouldn't even ask. Was it a mercy call? Thanks for shaving, by the way. Christmas is over. Saw your pictures. But anyway, New York Nick from New York Knicks Badlands, Pensacola, Florida. Anybody who's paid any attention to me has seen me broadcast. Crazy as it may be, we've done some shows from over there, and in its infancy, if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't be doing it the way we're doing it right now. So it was kind of cool. But when I'm in Pensacola, I thankfully go barge in on New York Nick down at his establishment in on Palafox in Pensacola, his Badlands Roadside Bar, where he has a in-house studio where he does his every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time. He's got Nick's picks at Radio Free Pensacola. He plays music. He is the last DJ. He loves doing his music, and that's what he does. He plays things that just aren't done anymore. It's just kind of all pre-programmed bullshit, and that's the problem. Everybody just accepts it for what it is, and nobody gives a shit anymore, and it bothers the hell out of me because there's a lot of good stuff. That was when it was all about personalizing and doing something cool. You know what I mean? It's like if you were a radio DJ, you kind of played your soul. You played what got you going, and you took requests and all that kind of stuff. But now it's just all pre-programmed. We've done our calculations, and we feel that we should be doing this or doing that, and it's all just computerized bullshit. And I hate it. It just really took the creativity out of music, and especially with today's music and bands. But don't get me started on that. Nick, I'm so sorry. I slipped, and I had no idea it was you, and it's so slow that I can actually even read the text because there are none. Usually they're just flying by there's so many screens I can't keep up, but I don't know. Maybe I got lucky because I don't know what kind of mood you're in either. But anyway, so every Tuesday night you can go catch Nick on Radio Free Pensacola on the internet. Google it if you're into cool music. He plays the stuff that nobody does anymore and the hits and stuff from the past, but we're friends. We've shared a lot of. I just recently, this past week, for some reason, I started watching this stuff that we did together in July from his place, and he says, "Great, he doesn't have time." I didn't have time either, but I kind of have to watch things to figure out what to do next. I just kind of criticize myself. I have to. It's like when Michael Jackson was rehearsing for his Bad tour back in the day, he would videotape the tours because I was around back then and when he was doing that in Pensacola, and he'd go to his hotel room and he'd watch the whole day that he did, and that's how come he was who he was. He was that good. Anyway. All right, folks, that hour is gone, and somehow or another, this has been a record breaker, but I'll take it. You can't win them all. Or did I? Maybe I did. Maybe it was meant to be. It was meant to be. I want to thank those of you who did watch live, and those of you who will be watching this, because, again, as soon as we finish this, it goes into regurgitation into Facebook. It will be uploaded to YouTube on my Peter G. Show YouTube channel to be watched on demand, along with the 80 or 90 other pieces that are up there. It's growing all the time. And eventually here, today we were supposed to spend time on the iTunes because some things need to be revamped, but there just wasn't enough hours in the day. And so there's a lot of stuff that needs to be thrown back onto iTunes, but there is a lot of stuff on iTunes, a lot of really good stuff if you're in need. And a lot of people don't know. You just don't know until you know. But if you're kind enough or willing to give it a shot because you think you might want to hear something, I promise you, there's a lot of stuff that is interesting and very philosophical and very worthy of listening to if you're the person who needs to listen to that. You know what I mean? If you're not, then I can't please everybody. I'm not here for everybody. But the jokes are free, man, and it's all good. I love you guys. We're running over. They're giving me I know. Let's go. It's been a struggle tonight, but the struggle is real, and I'm proud of it. I got no regrets. I will be here next Sunday night. I love the few of you, or the few hundreds, or a few thousands, whatever it is. I figure that out afterwards, or they'll tell me later. But, again, I get it. Everybody's got responsibilities. So long as you watch. I don't care if you don't watch live. So long as you're there. Let me know you're there, because my birthday told me how many of you were there, the silent majority. That is going to be a word that's going to go down in the Peter G. Show history, the silent majority, because it's crazy on how many people are actually there that they're just quietly just participating. But I love you all. So either way, we're going to say goodnight. It was real. I'll see you next Sunday night. Life is short. Spend it with me. Let's spend an hour together, man. That's all I can say. Women, men, I don't care. Whatever you got to bring to the table, bring it to the table. You never know who needs to hear what you think might be a very minute part of your life and something to bitch about. But bitching is therapeutic. I do it every day, you know what I mean? I mean it, but I don't mean it. And I like doing it because it's like a pressure cooker. And you just release some of that steam, and that way you can be somewhat sane, okay? So anyway, that's it. Love you guys. See you next week. Don't disappoint, and don't take no shit from nobody either. But you got something to say? Next week. That phone number, I'm not taking any, I'm not giving, you got off a free pass this week. But let's go, people.
Peter G. Show, Peter G. Show, Peter G. Show, Peter G. Show. Divorced dad, single dad, divorced dad, single dad. Peter G. Show.